The engine of Detroit has never been idle. Every day steam rises from the Motor City Underground. Each drop of Detroit Steam Vodka is handcrafted with the same passion that went into the foundation of this city. We will not falter in our dedication to bring you a product that embodies the spirit of Detroit. This is Detroit Steam Vodka.
Daniel House. The Detroit News published 6:56 p.m. EDT April 15, 2019. Jonathan Wolman, editor and publisher of the Detroit News for the past 12 years, died Monday of complications from pancreatic cancer. He was 68. In a career spanning 46 years, the Madison, Wisconsin native covered and managed some of the biggest stories of his time, as longtime Washington bureau chief for the Associated Press, as the Wire Services executive editor in New York and, finally, as editor and publisher of the Detroit News, the city where he had his first AP posting outside his hometown. In his dozen years leading the news, he edited and directed coverage of some of the region's most consequential stories in the past half-century: the bankruptcies of two automakers and later the city of Detroit, the public corruption conviction of former Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, the Flint water crisis, the continuing revitalization of Detroit, the improbable victory in Michigan of Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential race. He found a profession he was sort of made for, said Bridget Mary McCormack, Chief Justice of the Michigan Supreme Court and a close friend of Mr. Wolman and his wife, Deborah Lamb, for the last decade before his death on April 15, 2019. He's a metaphor for the Washington we wish for. He evinced the values of a bygone Washington, friends and colleagues say, an ability to disagree without being disagreeable, a keen interest in policy less freighted with politics than the archly partisan capital of today. In Detroit, he worked the back channels of power, Republican and Democrat, business and philanthropy. Born to the craft of journalism, he ennobled the profession by his unflinching pursuit of truth, said Reed Hunt, a friend of 3 decades who chaired the Federal Communications Commission during the Clinton administration. He taught me about how to write a book, how to raise a child and how to face facts. It was the AP that most shaped the arc of Mr. Wolman's career, earning him partial credit for at least one Pulitzer Prize and a place among the journalistic elite of his generation. His was a long run in an industry dealing with momentous change as the pace of news quickened, priorities changed and news values evolved. Before his final stint in Detroit, he directed AP's coverage of the 3 Mile Island disaster in 1979, despite the risks, and witnessed the Reagan years and the fall of the Berlin Wall as a vital cog in AP's Washington bureau. He and his team covered the Clinton era, culminating in the president's impeachment, and he helped guide the AP's coverage of the 9/11 terrorist attacks.